Your boy the man NJ2TheCity with the number 2 and TO. This is like literally the 7th video that I've done tonight. Only difference is this video is with me standing up, not me sitting down. So one of the top things to express and explain in this video would pretty much again be picking back up where I left off, literally with every other video that I filmed tonight. And what that really does mean, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact being that a lot of people are very double standard, two-faced, hypocritical, and do not care about anybody else but themselves. And how that translates into our education system is because, once again, as I've said plenty of times before, and I'm going to say it once again in this video, and or for the first time for anybody who is not that much familiar with this channel, is the fact of being that with our education system, it's very rigged and filled with conformity bias. And what that means is that I think I've seen it firsthand how you can get in trouble literally for defending yourself. And I want everybody to understand this, particularly any school deans that might watch this video in the future. How in God's name are you going to punish a student for defending themselves? You're not always right for everything you say and everything you think and everything you believe. That's one of the top problems that I feel is wrong with a lot of adults. You're grown-up bullies. Keynote, you're bullies. Not just grown-ups, you're bullies because you're barely grown up. You know, you are bullies. A lot of people might have that grown-up age of 18 plus, but these people are just as bullies as if they were in elementary school and or middle school. They're just the same. They're the same mentality, the same perspective, the same biasness, the same everything. They do not care about character because they lack a lot of character. They lack a lot of depth and more. And again, trust me, I'm absolutely disgusted and disturbed by all of this crap and all this madness that manifests within our schools. But that's what happens when you got people in there who they want what they want, full of conformity, bias, bigoted, double standards, and they don't care what you think, no matter how many times you voice it or try to voice it, and or who you bring up there to the school with you to help fight for you, to fight for what you believe in and fight for what you want. Especially for the deans, and I guess principals as well, but definitely deans here. You've got to understand this. You are not there to make these kids' life a living bleep. You are there to help God first, not only educate these children, but help keep them out of trouble, not get them into trouble. And that's one of the top things that disturbs me when I read these school reviews. You're not there to get these kids in trouble. You're there to get them out of trouble, to keep them out of trouble. And that's your number one thing. You need to do that. And that's one of the top problems that I can't stand within a lot of our schools. You're doing the exact opposite. You're keeping these kids in trouble, and that's why they don't like you. You're not trying to appeal to them as a basic human being who has basic wants, basic needs, basic desires, and ticks just like almost anybody else. You need to, once again, address the character flaws, the character issues within yourself before you can address them in anybody else. Okay? You need to address the character, your morals, what you believe in. Address some of that, if not all of that, before you can go be a dean and pass out any penalties to a 6th grader, to an 8th grader, to a 4th grader, to a, kids in high school as well. I mean, the whole thing or the whole bridge, the whole concept goes on and on and on and on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest point there is I'm telling you, you know how bad it disturbs me to read these school reviews and know these people are failing at their jobs because they just don't love themselves, or they don't know how to love thy neighbor as thyself. But to an extent, that's probably why they don't know how to do it, because they don't love themselves. They don't really know what love is, to an extent. And again, that disturbs me very, very greatly because, again, I can't be everywhere at once. We need more schools to step up today and now to make a better tomorrow a possibility for our kids. I cannot be everywhere. I can't sue everybody. I can't do all that stuff. But what I can do is give you these speeches, give you these, video vlogs, messages of hope, healing, love, and inspiration, and also be there at your schools whenever I God first can, particularly during the sporting events, to cheer everybody on and show everybody God's love and character resonating through my spirit. That's what I know I can do, and I love it, and I will keep on growing into that towards the best of my God first willing and able abilities. I want everybody to understand that you got to get rid of your conformity. You got to realize conformity is not the best way to do a lot of these things, especially when you're running a freaking school. As I've said before, middle school should be some of the best 3 years of your life, not some of the worst 3 years of your life. But as well as what I've read from a lot of school reviews and heard from a lot of kids, they've told me the reason why middle school was some of the worst 3 years, if not, one of those years, if not two of those years, was so horrible, was because of bias, because of conformity, because the administration didn't care, because of bad teachers, bad troublemaking students, and more. I'm telling you, again, it's not hard. You got to understand who you are. I'm telling you, and particularly for all you middle school kids, I'm not wearing this youngling shirt for nothing. I'm wearing it because I love you. Again, if you don't believe it, check up and down his YouTube channel. I've made countless songs for you. I represent VRA as the Hawk Ambassador. VRA, for kids that don't know or people who don't know, Valley Ridge Academy in Greenleaf, Nocatee. I represent it as its Hawk Ambassador. Now, that does not mean everybody of the staff administration know who I am, because they do not. But at least some do. Some do. Some do. You probably bring up the name of that black kid that's at all the games supporting in VRA hat and VRA shirt, being the loudest he can be. They'll probably recognize me, or they'll probably jog their memories. You understand? Yeah, that 5'7" black kid who wears the VRA hat and wears this shirt, wears the VRA shirt and says to the kids, "Hail Hawk Nation," and "Go Valley, we Logic run it." If you're looking for references to my work at Valley Ridge, that's what it is. I don't officially work there as a staff member, which is the odd part, because I've got a lot of people that think I do. All because of how good I am supporting these kids. How odd is that? I'm so good at supporting them. People think I freaking literally work for Valley Ridge or Nice High School. I don't work for Nice High School as anything, or in terms of getting paid or payroll. I didn't go to college yet, okay? I just graduated part of class 18. But yes, I am Nice Ambassador, and I am VRA Hawk Ambassador. Those are just some references, definitely to VRA, when it comes to, what I wear and what I yell. And you'll find some administration, some people within the staff who should know who I am. Oh, yeah, that kid. Yeah. VRA Hawk Ambassador, NJ2TheCity at your service. As one of my top models for Valley Ridge is, "Welcome to Valley Ridge, your future is waiting." You can literally look at the last album that I dropped, titled "Love Who You Love," and you literally can see that title of the song, titled "Your Future is Waiting." That is the premier tribute for Valley Ridge Academy, or at least one of the premier tributes. "Welcome to Valley Ridge Academy, your future is waiting." And I just want everybody to understand, I love representing Nice and Nocatee and Valley Ridge the way that I do. Again, I graduated Nice, a part of class 18. And again, I love kids with my everything. Trust me, these kids are my everything. To all my Valley Ridge kids, particularly the ones in middle school, you all are the future of Nice High School. So trust me, especially if you watch this video, I want you to succeed God first more than anything in the entire world. Because you all are my entire world. Literally, most caring parents should understand exactly what I mean when I say this. You might not be my kids, and I mean kids as in you might not be my birth kids, the ones that I, raised and so forth and so forth. But at the same time, you still mean everything to me. All my Valley Ridge kids, we're also whether you're in middle school or elementary school, you still, the point is still the same. But the point is, the caring parents will understand what this means when I say that my Valley Ridge kids, you are. It's amazing when I'm trying to say that again. The way, I don't know. Yeah, back to reality. I love myself. Everybody should understand what I'm saying, but definitely the caring parents when I say, my Valley Ridge kids, you all are my Jesus Christ salvation, everything. Through Jesus Christ's salvation, of which strengthens me, from my willing and able abilities to comfort you, to encourage you, to cheer you on and motivate you, not only as your VRA Hawk Ambassador, but as your big brother, role model, and mentor, supporter. I want nothing more than for you to feel loved, cared about, respected, honored when you are in school and out of school, but definitely of which they can control in school. That's what I want for you. Everywhere you look around Valley Ridge Academy and East High School and the entire St. John's County School District, you should find support systems. That means you should find people who are dedicated, loving, caring, authentic, real life, and who want to help you get ahead in your real life with life, school, and sports. Now, I'm going to tell you this for every kid that goes to Valley Ridge or Nice and thinking to themselves, Nate, we need you at our school because nobody in our school thinks like you and nobody at our school believes in a thing you just said in terms of they don't enact it in their own lives and they don't enact it the way they teach, the way they lead, the way they whatever. Trust me, I would love nothing more than to be there during the school day to make your lives literally like heaven to an extent. And not like heaven, make it more manageable to where, again, you felt like you're a part of something God first bigger than yourself. That's what our schools are failing at, literally. That's what so many of our schools are failing at. They're not helping you kids feel a part of something God first bigger than yourself. Because that's, once again, a part of how you become, I would say, truly the #1 school district in the state. Is how you are treating these kids in school, making them feel loved, cared about, and generally respected. You're making them feel they are part of God, something God first, bigger than themselves, each and every day, in and out of school. They want to represent you, they love you, and they go out their way to be a part of you. That's how you know you succeeded as a school, succeeded as a school district, and you have many more fans to come. You know you fail when people who are zoned to you are doing everything they can to not go to you. And particularly if you're a school like Valley Ridge, who like has Greenleaf around you, have all those kids automatically zoned to you because you're literally right there across the street. And I mean like literally right there across the street. Then like I said, those zoning rules would not make any, like, they already don't make sense, but they would make even less sense if the school is right next to you and you're not even zoned there. And I mean like within walking distance of you. I mean more of walking distance because that's what all those neighborhoods are. They're within walking and biking distance. But like I say, that's what I want for Nice, and that's what I want for the future of Valley Ridge. I want everybody to feel loved, cared about, respected. I want them to feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves, and I just want the realness. I want St. John's County School District to live up to its #1 ranking, and the only way it's going to live up is if everybody feels all the feelings that I'm telling you that you should feel. And if you don't, then we're frauds, and we got to, do something better, do something different. Because that is what it is. I want everybody to feel all those feelings. I want everybody to feel like they are part of something God first bigger than themselves. And that's how you know, again, that's how you know. And if you don't, then that's how you also know your school's a fraud. At least in our county, that's how you know your school's a fraud. And I'm so sorry if your school's a fraud. Because I do everything I can to help your school live up so your school isn't a fraud. But yeah, my younglings, I love you, all my Valley Ridge kids. I mean it when I say it. You all are my Jesus Christ, salvation, everything. Through Christ, a wishing strengthens me each and every day. If you don't believe that, listen to the music and all the other vlogs that I've done over the years. I want nothing more than to be there for you, to support you, and be a part of your day one support system. Day one team, day one family. Yeah. And like I say, yeah, I believe that, welcome to VRA, your future is waiting. I believe, my Hawk family, my VRA family, I believe in you, and I'm sorry that it just doesn't feel like that all the time. And I'm not saying with me, I'm saying it doesn't feel like that with how your administration and your staff and your teachers are treating you. I'm sorry. I can't do much about that since I'm not in there in there during the day, and I can't just fire somebody. I'm sorry. Or do whatever, I would do if I was in that position. But I'm definitely assuring you that, I will do what I can to once again get there during the school day eventually. And most preferably what that means is if I'm not a volunteer or a visitor of some sorts, that means I will try what I can to once again be officially employed. Because again, you've been made so many people think that I'm already employed. because of how honorable I represent the school. They think I'm already employed.